as you can see, there's footsteps, so people must have gone on this track earlier. And right there, I couldn't actually tell if there was people on the side of the mountain, but after I reviewed this video, it was true, there were people climbing up those giant mountains. They must have really gone for it. I don't know, that would have taken like a day to have climbed that high. I think, yeah, I'm going to zoom up, and they might have gone by helicopter or something, but this was like 3 p.m. and the sun was going down, so it would be dark pretty soon. I love the coolness, the sun. Like, the sun was out, but it was also very cloudy. There's a lot of coal, like the light bouncing off the snow and everything. It's just so pure, and it reminds me of so many videos I've seen on Everest and just being in snow. I absolutely love the two peaks and how they go down. You can see now that kind of split in the middle, and the sun goes down directly between those two peaks. So the reason why I stopped was because not only that the sun was going down and I had no idea where I was and how long it would take to get back, plus I hadn't eaten I only had a croissant in the morning and that was it. So I was starving. So I was doing this without any food, and I had a tiny bit of water in my backpack because I was unprepared. Yeah, as you can see, there's people. I think they must have camped out on the snow, if that's possible. That would be really cool though. So you can see how deep the snow was, and right off the edge of there, that was like a massive drop. If I went over the side there, it would be quite horrific. But I was just yeah. It must be amazing to see the sunset over between those two peaks. But the reason I went no further, there was a lot of these mountain goats just on the side of the mountain. They have these really weird looking horns, and I had no idea. I've never come across them before. I was worried that they would kind of charge me and was over the moon of what I had achieved that day, and I didn't want to ruin it by falling to my death. So you can see just over the side there, it's quite a steep drop. The good thing about New Zealand is they don't have any bears or anything like that, so I didn't have to worry about being eaten or anything. But yeah, you could kind of see that's me tipping the camera right over the side, so that is quite a gigantic drop. And it is also very, very slippery in some sections. It's just mud. And so here are the mountain goats. And some of them were quite scary. See, I don't know if they charge you or whatever. It was quite humorous, actually. But I didn't want to scare them off. I don't know if they charge at you or anything like that, but I didn't want to try it. Like, this is their territory. I respect animals. So, yeah, this is as far as I would go. I had seen so much, and I was so grateful at what I had achieved, and no one else had helped me at all. This was all my doing. I suppose what I want people to get out of this video was just to never let people tell you that you can't do anything, because they can't criticize you for not doing it themselves. And if you're doing something and other people think you're weird or what you're doing is unusual, you're going off the beaten track, sometimes that's the best way to do it, is to go and let the sun guide you. I think the next stop is Mount Everest for me. Just kidding, but I hear a lot of people do go up there, and a lot of people do die trying to climb it. But I'm pretty sure one day they'll have an escalator or something that will take you up there. I don't believe in cheating people out of their money. So, where am I getting at? So, instead of doing all that, just find your own place, find your own way of being yourself, whether it can be walking, it can be drawing or writing, or just whatever makes you happy. Do what makes you feel good, and don't worry about what other people might say about it. Just do it to exercise your mind, because your mind is a muscle and it needs to be exercised. so I want to get back to the video. I was worried about this little goat. I don't know if that's why you say it, but yeah, this little mountain goat was following me up the side of the mountain, and I didn't want to scare it or anything. I was worried that it might fall, or its mother or something would come after me and chase me down the side of the mountain. Another funny thing was, when I was coming back down the mountain, I slid half the way. I was like leaping and leaping, and I kept tripping over. So I was kind of sliding down it most of the way. I guess I was just so happy at what I had gone through. Yeah, so it's back into the spider's hole. That's kind of how I saw it. The forest was just really knotted and disgusting. Like branches were sticking out all sorts of ways. And yeah, it was a very scary place to be in. I did kind of something really stupid. After all that, my confidence was at an all-time high, and I thought I'd really want to get some great shots of, like point-of-view shots going down the forest. What I had forgotten was that I didn't have the right shoes, and they didn't have any grip, and also that the ground was quite muddy. It was like sludge, clay. So I had quite the fall in the woods. I've done I find the woods, as I've said before, very inspiring. It takes the darker side of things, the darker aspects of life. It's like where all the secrets are. But that's good. It's good to explore those avenues as well, because we can't just all have sunny things. I hope this video has been inspiring to you. That's the main thing that I wanted. I also hope it's been extremely relaxing and quite funny as well, if I could say that. I try and keep things humorous as well, if I have trouble trying to fall asleep, I listen to things that make me laugh, and it really relaxes me, and it helps me fall asleep. So there, I had a fall there, and my pants were covered in mud. My shirt was ruined. It's pretty much covered head to toe in mud. And if falling once wasn't bad enough, I got up, cleaned myself off, and fell again. And when I got back to the resort, it looked like I'd been covered in shit. So try and imagine me walking around like that, looking like that. But you know what? I really didn't care. I'd just gone through something incredible, and it would live on with me, and it would inspire me, and whenever I'd have doubts about my abilities or anything like that, I would just think of what I achieved on this day. And that gives me inspiration when all other things, all other lights go out. It just gives me inspiration to keep going and try new things. And don't let other people tell you otherwise. And that goes with many life choices as well. Just because everyone else is doing something just to fit in like sheep, it doesn't mean you have to as well. If you're not ready for something,